like early Ultimate, you know, like around Evo time and whatever. But you know, with you know, the rise of all these new players, the age of information, like how I don't want to say easy, but how accessible it is to be the best player you possibly can be. You know, in 2023, you know, between Tweak, Leo, Akala, and Spargo. I mean, I'm very curious to see how this is all going to unfold on Sunday. But again, before we get to that, we got to talk about these two players here. Now, of course, they are locked in right now. Fist bumps all across where I believe I see a Falco and I see a Piranha Plant. I like this a lot. I think Plant is absolutely, well, I ain't going to say absolutely broken.
I was going to say.
He's kind of, but the character is good.
He's got some stuff.
They got some stuff.
He got one really good thing.
That's right. Yeah, really just one really good. And as a frame 2 jab, I think you can jab pretty good, you know, if that's even something that you could, you know, brag about. Well, I guess you kind of can, especially for a character like Falco who is going to do a lot more than jabbing you up close. So
yeah, I want to see if Limewire can even play the game here because FILIP has been so much pressure with these up tilt combos going through the cutscene. All right.
84% right here as this match kicks off. Of course, that's just what happens against a character like Falco. I mean, this character, of course, just puts on damage like no other. Very smart, stopping him from going up on that top platform. This corner control here is really good. I think especially for a character like Falco, you have the ability to really lock your opponent down in that corner without even being close to the ledge. But then you also have short hop nair, and you also have reflect as well, too. Press the B button again and watch what happens. Press it again and watch what happens.
And that's the scary thing in this matchup, right? Or you're playing any character that kind of relies on some sort of projectile. You're playing against Falco. That reflector comes out so fast, man. And you have to be ready for it at all times.
Yes, you most certainly do. Definitely a difference maker. And really just it kind of shifts the tone in the match. But as I say that, too, though, Limewire has some pretty solid options. Of course, his anti-air that I believe is Patui.
Nice.
He has that kind of stops Falco from jumping all over him. But, again, same turn of breath. I have reflector, too. So the minute you throw that ball out, you in some trouble, my friend. Okay? Nothing off the up tilt. That is a bit of a party starter at lower percents for Plant. The percent's starting to get a little high right now. He has to get this bird cooked and fast.
Yeah, he's got to get something going for him in the next few seconds. There it is. Finds the down smash. The little pop-off from the character. All right, man. Has him at the corner, though. Finds the back air. Yeah, FILIP just kind of feeling himself, playing his game. And that's the unfortunate thing. If you're Piranha playing, you do kind of have to play Falco's game. You have to play up close. And Falco does have really good boxing options up front. You have to be careful. You can't really be above him. And at the same pace, you can't really throw out that Patui at any single moment. You have to pick and choose your moments to punish Falco out of his options. Look, as I'm at the ledge now, this is where Piranha Plant really loves to have his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, again, you on the topic of like kind of picking your spots a little bit better, you know, you use Patui as kind of an anti-air option, but I also don't want him to forget about up smash either. I feel like up smash is a really good move.
It is, yeah, it's a great punish move.
That's right. I think it actually looks bigger than it actually is, or maybe I got that backwards, but regardless, it's a very strong move and one of the strongest up smashes in the business. Very curious to see how that one's going to play into effect in game number 2. Not in this one right here. This Plant got hacked up, or got caught in the lawnmower that is Falco Lombardi. We'll see what we get for game 2.
Very clean stuff from FILIP. Going into that game 1 pretty cleanly with a 2-stock. And you can see he was in complete control the entire time, right? He was forcing Limewire to play his game the entire time. He was being very aggressive with his approaches, not letting the Patui come into play very much. Even when he did get punished with it, he still came back aggressive. Came back with the side Bs to make sure he closed that gap between the two players and just made sure he kept his aggression on. And then Limewire felt that pressure, right? Piranha Plant doesn't have a lot of up-close out-of-shield options. He does have the up-smash that you were talking about, and then he does have the Patui. But if you take the Patui out of the equation, there's not really a lot of things that he can get going for himself. You do have to be a little bit more creative with how exactly you're going to punish.
That's facts. Yeah, you got to keep it kind of innovative versus Falco because Falco has a very like cut-and-dry game plan on what it is that he wants to do. He wants to get up close to personal, up tilts to party starter, and then, of course, he has an onslaught of options to end that combo. So, I mean, as you can see right here, kicking this one off here, very low percents. There's the up tilt even backwards and up underneath the platform. And he has the ability to adjust this combo on the fly. So, nothing off the dash attack, too. Trying to break this zone. Again, like Wolf, Fox, and Falco have the ability to kind of, you know, back off a little bit, alleviate the pressure with neutral special. And, you know, again, it forces you to kind of play their game. Oh, and I like that, too. Again, I think the great thing about Falco's laser as well, very similar to Wolf's, is that it's kind of a reset. It's like, okay, yeah, your movement options are cool, but stop that.
Yeah, it's a check.
Yeah, here you go. You need to calm down. You're done.
Yeah, take your time here, man. You're going to be playing my game. Let's slow things down to a crawl. Let's see what you got to do about it. Gets the up tilt. Yeah, continuing his aggression, though. And you'll notice that even when FILIP isn't getting his full combos here, he's still in the complete control of the pace, right? He goes back, he runs back and forth, he resets the pace of neutral, and throws that laser out. Okay, has him on the top. That was a really scary position to be in.
Yeah.
Not getting a lot of punishes here, but there, finds the back air.
You know what's funny, though? I don't think he got any of those in game number 1. Like, any of, like, the up-tilt, like, string. So I don't know if that's a testament to, like, you know, how great Limewire is, like, playing in terms of staying out of that danger zone, or maybe it's just, like, more of a FILIP is just, you know, didn't really need it in the last game. Regardless, though, I'm sure Limewire is pretty happy for the most part. It's a little unfortunate that it's Falco that he's fighting against, who actually has the reflector that tosses out, as opposed to, like, you know, Fox and Wolf, who's, you know, just stays on the body. You know, you get a little bit more leeway with Patui in that regard. But here, though, Falco's like, nah, bro, I'm throwing that at you and a hitbox, so enjoy this.
Nice.
Oh, my
so
God.
Much damage, gets the up tilt, puts him back in the air. And that's a position that Limewire's actually been really, really advantageous in. He has the Patui to cover the jump area. And then Falco, you know, one of the best jumps in the game. Loves to be jumping, and that's how he's going to be closing the gap between them anyways.
Oh, man.
So that Patui for, oh, wow, the aggressive back air makes it all the way back.
Yeah. Now, of course, when it comes to the strength department, I think people sleep on the fact that, you know, Piranha Plant's not a weak character at all. It has some pretty strong, you know, neutral specials, and of course those smash attacks need they need little to no introduction. I mean, we've all been on the receiving end of something plant related. Down throw. Okay, there's the forwarder, smart, very good at DI backwards, at least in that regard too. Falco, of course, is really trying to, you know, keep the strings up close, you know, as to the body as possible.
Yeah, and then honestly, something I'm noticing is that with Limewire, he gets FILIP into the corner and hasn't been able to capitalize a lot on it, right? He throws up a Patui, but FILIP's been able to just jump out of that situation with Falco's amazing jump and just kind of just reset, right? Take center stage, then force Limewire to play his game anyways. But you can see him closing the gap again. FILIP has only one more stock to take here to win this match. Let's see if Limewire can have something cooking for him.
We'll have to see. Very smart. I mean, again, every time he gets off of his feet, he's very well aware of the terrain and, like, you know, where they're supposed to land and where they're not going to land. I think, you know, in a matchup like this, especially be caught in the corner versus Falco, it's in your best interest to not take the obvious approach when recovering back to the stage, like going for the platform or whatever. Like, if you got to stay in the corner, just stay in the corner.
Right.
Okay, at least you're still alive. Smart. There's the Nair. There's Patui.
There
and I got to call it for what it is. You know, 117. Okay, wait. Scared me for a second. 117% is, you know.
Oh, wow.
Okay, it don't matter. I was getting ready to say 117% is now out of the realm of possibility. I think Plant with a little bit of raise. And also a Nair happy Plant. We didn't really see Nair a lot. I think that's one of, like, the better approach aerial options, especially if spaced properly around Falco. And I mean that as, you know, 100% as possible. You have to space that properly, because if you don't, then, of course, there's up tilt. And then, you know, Falco, you know, starts to party again on you.